Elephant corridors in India threatened, says study. What are elephant corridors? What are the key highlights of study on elephant corridors? What are wildlife corridors? Why are corridors important? GS Paper 3, Environment and Ecology, Conservation. What is the context about? Mapping 101 vital elephant corridors across India, scientists suggest ways to ensure safe passage and mitigate man-elephant conflicts. Increasingly fragmented landscapes are driving the giant mammals more frequently into human-dominated areas, giving rise to more man-animal conflicts, experts have found. Maintaining elephant corridors is therefore of crucial importance to both elephant and human habitats. What are elephant corridors? Elephant corridors are narrow strips of land that allow elephants to move from one habitat patch to another. There are 88 identified elephant corridors in India. Of these 101 corridors, 28 are located in South India, 25 in Central India, 23 in northeastern India, 14 in northern West Bengal and 11 in northwestern India. What are the key highlights of study on elephant corridors? In terms of their functionality or usage by elephants, almost 70% of the 101 corridors are regularly used, 25% are occasionally used, and 6% rarely. The study offers specific conservation solutions for the corridors but points to an inverse relationship between the forest cover available and the number of corridors in each region. Thus, the highest number of corridors are located in northern West Bengal, which has one corridor for every 150 square kilometers of available elephant habitat. About 72.7% of the corridors in northwestern India and 32% corridors in southern India have agriculture land, the study states. Taking note of 266 instances of elephants' deaths caused by being run over by trains between 1987 and July 2017, the report points out that 20 corridors have a railway line passing through them. What are wildlife corridors? A wildlife corridor is a link of wildlife habitat, generally native vegetation, which joins two or more larger areas of similar wildlife habitat. Corridors are critical for the maintenance of ecological processes, including allowing for the movement of animals and the continuation of viable populations. By providing landscape connections between larger areas of habitat, corridors enable migration, colonization and interbreeding of plants and animals. Why are corridors important? Habitat loss and fragmentation are the two main contributors to continuing biodiversity decline across the landscape. A holistic approach is required across both public and private lands to protect and manage natural ecosystems and ensure connectivity between remaining habitats. When native vegetation is cleared, fragmented patches or islands are created. As these vegetation patches are reduced in size and become increasingly isolated, the ongoing viability of ecosystems and individual populations of species within them is severely affected. This ultimately leads to a breakdown in ecological processes such as species migration, dispersal, recycling of nutrients, pollination of plants and other natural functions required for ecosystem health.